those magnificent men in their flying machine. They go up to the up up, they go down to the up down.
Okay, I've just done this and I thought I'd put it on. As you can see, this is masked up, right? As you can see there, this side where my thumb is, that was using masking tape, and this side is using sellotape. And if you look closely, not a single bleed through that, right, on the sellotape. That side with the masking tape, there's your bleed through, as you can see it. So I'd advise to use the sellotape if you're going to spray on top of this Celotex, because that bleed through will break your heart once you've got all that covering on. Okay, so there you go. Sellotape is definitely the best one out of the two that I can see. Alright, I just thought I'd make that quick. Right, and cheerio, bye. What am I like? I couldn't resist it. Sorry chaps and girls, but you see what I mean now with the sellotape's gone on it, so it's nice and even and that. So I thought I'd do one wing, which is pretty cool. So tomorrow, before I cover the other wing, I'll get some more of this stuff, which is this plastic coat stuff, which is pretty cool. It's only £3 a tin, I think, so that's worth it. So, and then obviously I'll finish it all proper, and then we'll have a go at it and see how it looks afterwards. That'll be nice. I can't spray any more in here, it'll stink the place out. So, but yeah, there you go. So super duper, yeah, yay, jelly. Okay, so as you can see, the spraying commences. Inside, outside, like I said, the ailerons and that, and the main fuse, all masked up. And it seems to be going on that well. It only needs one coat, so that's not too bad. So next job is the wings. Woohoo! So cover the top wing and we'll get on with that. Okay, that's that. I hope the light's good enough so you can see. All good fun, just like the one at Shuttleworth. Yes. Okay, cheerio. Okay, as you can see, it's the wing sprayed. Right, and that was fun, believe me. The ailerons, they're all done now. So as you see, as I was on that, now Ian, this is me, Ian McIntosh, to bless him, right? There's the bits in the middle we're on about, yeah. So they've obviously all been made to fit, sanded back because of the covering that's on the edges there. Okay, so they're stained, so give them a couple of coats when they dry. And obviously inner rigs, like you see there, just like on the real plane. And then give them 2 coats of that, and then what I'll do is we'll put them in, okay, glue them in, and then yacht varnish them so they look pretty and shiny, okay, and then we're going with the dreaded bloody plastic on top, which should be fun, believe me. So that's that. So yeah, I think it's come out okay, to be fair. You know, I had my doubts, but I managed to get it on in 1 coat, which is pretty good. But I'd recommend putting 2 coats on, you know, if you really want. But I'm happy with that. I haven't got the patience, you know what I mean? I'm terrible impatient, me. So, but it's there. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it, really. It'll be alright. So that's the plain spray. The other wing's there somewhere. I think it's under here. Yeah, there you go. You can't see it in this light, but it's there. So that's the bottom wing. So that's all there. So that's pretty cool. And the fuse. So now the next job is to be honest with you, there's the decals. Oh, that'll be fun. That will be. So that'll be the thing. Right, guess what? Time. Beer time. Yes. Right then, Ian, I was chatting to you, wasn't I? But you know, I'm like, I just had to do it. So you know, I'm like, so that'll be that. Roll on Monday. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be cool. Okay. Right. Okay, I thought I'd put this on. Right, so if I try and get on here, if you can see it with the light. So I'm trying to sort of roughly copy this. So there's your beading on the side with your panel there. I haven't done the exhaust yet, which I'll do another day. Jelly, as your man would say. So if you can see it with this light, there's the beading. And the beading that side, your panel. A bit of artistic license because that, so the exhaust to go there. The gun, I might add, so it's got this ring there, which is like sort of there. That I had to add that on. Dean done a lovely job of that. And that chap who sent me this aluminium film, I can't remember your name. I'm really sorry, pal, but I'll look it up earlier. But he sent me this stuff, and it's aluminium stuck to paper, and it is absolutely brilliant stuff. It really is. It does look the part, and it does it. So I'm quite pleased with that. Totally. So all I used there was a piece of to make the beading up, a piece of old thin ply, and then you just cut that to size, and then you wrap it round it, and it just works a trick. So that's that. Yeah, this bit is a bit of fuel tubing, glued on, epoxy resin on, and then just sprayed black, as it is on there. If you can see it, I might get a better picture of it if I come out of there, because here, there's another bit to show you. Posh, eh? Just trying to find it. There you go, that's it. So you see, similar to that in it. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's close enough. And I'll paint that bit silver, this bit here, I got silver. So that's that bit there. Okay, oh yeah, look, there, this is for Ian McIntosh, it's in Ian, it's in. So that's that, and so it's on. What's the ground? I might emery paper this so it looks a bit more duller. So I don't like this chrome, it won't chrome with it. Okay, so that's that, and then, bear with me. Dun, 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 dun. I also worked on the wing. This will please Ian even more. So if I put this down, okay, the wing. So we have the wing with the struts in. All it needs in here now is the wire, cross wires going through from end to end. To end to end. It's still sticky because that's the first coat of yacht varnish. With that, so we can see a bit on there, but I'll try and find the one that I copied. If it exits, there it is. Right. So you can see there. Again, it's not exactly the same, but then that's for this kit. That's what I had to work with. So I had to put extra ribs in. So that's that there, and then that's that there. So it's, I mean, it's close to, I'm happy with that. So all it's left to do is cover a coat of yacht varnish on it because it takes hours to dry. Put the rigging in, the wire bit, and then the piece of plastic over the top. So that'll be more or less that finished. And then the ailerons are on. Yeah, man, it's all there. So that's tarting up now. It's just doing finishing bits now. So I'm pleased with that. And the same with the bottom. It's all the same. It's the same under there. See? So I think it'll be cool. So if I get any time tomorrow, I will. Jelly, that's the one. Okay, so that's that. So I'm really pleased with that. And some of those bits to play with, as you do. Okay, and chaps and ladies, I'm going to go and guess what? Have a beer. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm pleased with the beading. It's come off. So yeah, all I've done on here now is a little bit of wooden strip that goes across there, and there's a wooden strip that goes across the back here. So either side and the back. And obviously I've got the webbing to go around the cockpit, but I'll put that in probably last. That is just how far you go, but I'll definitely put that on. And then it's the rigging and all that, but shine we're doing knicker elastic stuff or whatever. So we'll do all that, yeah. Right, that's that. Oh yeah, and then obviously I've got the tail playing on like it is on the real thing. So yeah, quite pleased with it all in all. So far so good, eh? There you go, there's the exhaust, either side. It's one that side. Then if I flick it over, you can see it's the other side as well, yeah. So you got your exhaust in now. And this is the beading I'm on about. It goes down the side, exactly like on the run plane, and over there. And to do that, I just put it in a bit of hot water. Yeah, boiling hot water. Bended it whilst it was in there, and then set it on the bench to set. And obviously the beading's in, pilot's glued. So I might play around with the dashboard here. But I might put some dials in or whatever. But I don't, you know, like you said earlier, in this kind of model, I don't know if it's worth a bother. So we shall see how I feel. But there's a bar that goes under the gun, so I might put that in. Otherwise, that's basically it, mate. You know. So that it's getting there now. And then I practiced as well. I was on about using a permanent marker. I just roughly wrote it out on here, just to see how it would work. You know, if it didn't spread over the fabric, which it hasn't. So obviously, when you put it on here, you're going to take my time and do it nice. You know what I mean? Practice is perfect. So that's that. And then if I show you this now, this is it. Although this light's not really forgiving for it, but that's the second coat of yacht varnish, so that's it shiny. So all I've got to put is put the wire rigging in, which is not exactly difficult. So we'll put that in there, the cross wiring, and then it's the plastic coating on top. And that then is the wing finish more or less, with the decals. Oh yeah, this is what I was meant to show you as well. Right, see, so you got your bar that goes in there. Right, well, I found out that even though that goes on like so, and it goes up and down, it'd be nice going up and down. There's another one that goes at the back, but that's just, again, at the back here. You know, because obviously you got the up and down thing on, so I don't know if I'm going to bother putting that in. I don't know, I'll see how I feel. As I said, you can go too far with this, but I think it'd be nice. So that's about it. The decals is what's looking forward to doing that, and that's why I bought the covering for it, like I did on the tailplane. So everything matches. There's no spraying there. It's just got to be done like that. So, so I would advise Ian to practice on this first. You know, with a permanent marker bit felt, because that's about the thickness that the letters look like on the real plane. So that's it really. So I think I might do something in here because it looks a bit barren, doesn't it? So we'll do that. Yeah. Okay. So there's the picture. So this beading I might add in is only just a piece of old balsa strip, which I'm looking for a piece now to show you, but you know, it's just thin balsa strip, that's all, and sanded to shape. Same with that, and that makes the effect look right. There's nothing more left on there you can really do to it, you know, and like I showed you before and proved to it, that's the same strip I might add, but covered in that metal stuff, which is brilliant. And his name's Russ, bless him. That's the guy that actually kindly posted me the stuff, which is amazing. So you know, so that's it. So there you go, that's that. Alright, right, jelly. So that'll do. We're getting there. But I had a long day today working, so tomorrow I've got an easier day. Hopefully I'm hoping to finish this plane by next Tuesday. Okay, so that'll be it, ready to fly. So let's hope it all works. If that engine in this plane doesn't work, and ladies and gentlemen, I might add, no matter if I buy a brand spanking new IC engine, and I've done this and proof in the pudding from my old club, and the epoxy lads are witness to this, brand new engine, bloody thing fucking never works properly. No matter what I do, I have no luck with engines. So this one I got off of Martin Thompson, so hopefully it'll work. You know, we shall see. Okay. I don't know if you can see this on here, but this is the guide I'm going with, yeah. So if you look at it, you see the circles just over the foot hole, I think. So you got your lines going across here, and then down on the front there. Okay, so there's that there, and so if you look at that, then you got my version. So you got the hole over there, and they're just made out of Solatex. I've just cut them on a cutting board, and cut the circle, just found circles that fit that size, like an old coffee tin and stuff like that. And then you cut the circle out using the various colours, like I did with to match them, and then you iron them on. Right, and there you go, the rigging like it is on the real thing, there and there, and then the cross rigging there, so that sits in there with the plates, and that's basically the fuselage now. Right, the cockpit looks alright. That's the fuselage basically there. Oh, the rigging at the back, like on the real thing. So you've got there two sets, and that's it. So the next stage now is I've got to get. They haven't got any tubing in at the moment to make the dummy engine, so I'm going to wait. Hopefully it'll be there tomorrow. So my next stage now later on will be to concentrate on the wing and that. So yeah, I think it's all right. It's getting there. Yeah, I think it looks the part. Yeah, why not? And the good thing about knicker elastic, as I call it, is if it does actually snap at any time, you just replace it. It's, you know, there's nothing to it really. So, you know, I mean, if you can get hold of it. And I don't know where to get hold of it. The nice piano, the covered wire, the real rigging wire. Now that would be nice. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's all for show on this model. So, you know, if it was a quarter scale, obviously you use the real McCoy. So, like I did in my other pup. So that's it. So anyway, that'll do. I thought I'd show you a bit on here, like the decals, right? I mean, it's thousands of pictures, but that's what I've gone by. And basically, you just get your wing, and you have a rough idea. So, borrowed the missus's dinner plates to get a rough idea. That should be right. When you put it on, you'll see that's there. So there's your first circle to get your main blue part, and then once you've cut the blue part out, like I've done there, as you can see, there's your blue part for your blue solar film. And then you find another thing that's sort of like going to be the right width for the red or the white, which turned out to be the saucepan, which has gone out. And then what you do is that obviously on each different solar film you get your sharp scalpel and you cut round the actual circles, yeah. And then obviously the third and middle bit, so there's your white, there's your red, white, red, white, blue, white, and then this tin, put it in the middle, and that seems to be the right width again. Do the same, cut it out like you see on here, and then you put that in, and there you go. There is your decal. Now, believe me, if you can still buy them, which I don't know if you can, but when I first started building these things, these decals, just for a flare kit, were £50, and that was going back years ago. So, Solatex, alright, is £7 a metre, but out of 1 metre, you will get your 4 rings, big ones, so you see, it makes sense, and you're going to use it for something else. and it's dead easy because it'll stick to the Solatex, will stick to Solatex, and it looks good. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how it works. So next thing you do, make sure your blade's sharp because they do wear fast, and then next job is to stick it. All that will go nicely on the wing like so. See, and there you have it, and that'll be them done, and they're on now, they're in. So that, what I'm waiting for now is the plastic to go on the top of there. I've put the wires in there in, if you can see it here. I don't know if you can see it in this light, we shall see. See the wire rigging's in, if you can see it, I don't know. Here you go, it's there, so they're in. So that's it mainly, so that's not bad. So it really is getting there now, slowly but surely. So that'll be that. Okay, so I wasn't going to bother, I've done the decals, so you can see a decal. That's nice, isn't it? Little rivets. Right, so that's them on the bottom wing, ready to have the old bits on, and that's on the top wing. So you see, that looks good now. I'm quite pleased with that. So that's it now, just the plastic like I said in the last video on there. And then the last things to make are the struts, which I'm going to have to do again as well. So the struts, that'll be good. We're getting there now, it's getting close to the end now, which I'm quite chuffed about. Oh, and the dummy engine, which I've actually got the bits for now, hopefully. So that'll be interesting to make. Okay chaps, that's that. It's fastest video. Jelly! Job done. Yeah, well pleased. Okay then, it's going to look well smart, man. Alright then. Right, this is really basically, I'm going to show how I make, I've stolen the idea slightly off of a DB model thing I did, right, and I thought there's got to be an easier way than paying out a lot of money for the rigging. And bearing in mind this is only knicker elastic, or shearing is the proper name. So, one air grip, and the idea is you're going to make up the rigging so it's easier to take off rather than unbolting everything and everything else, if that makes sense. So you basically just get the end of the hair grip, which is like, got a hole in it for this one, and you flatten it. I mean, it's probably as usual as other people have got it different ways, but this is the way I do it. So you got a nice flat end there, and then if you move around previously, you get your piece of tubing. I mean, this is I'm using this because this is what I've got. If you get another thinner piece, it's fine, but this is what I use. Dremel it off or hacksaw it off, even got a Dremel, and then you basically slide it through like so, and you allow yourself a little bit of end there so you can have a look and think, right, okay. And you get your pair of pliers, and you just literally, you got that much, you want to play with it, so then you bend it round the plier like so. So there's your basic hook, it's going to go up underneath. So you got that, and then you put these through, your hair grips through like so. Now you got that, and you think, well, that's there, that's enough space, okay. And then I might add is that the light is here. So if you want it easier to make through, I'll do it this end because I've already done that end. You don't have to do this, but I tend to do this. You just quickly burn it in. Right, so it solidifies the end. So you got an easy, it makes it easier to put through the hole. Otherwise you can just do it without it if you haven't got a lighter, but I'm sure you can get a lighter from somewhere. So you got your hook there, you see? You got a little grip there. I mean, you can make these any length you want. I just chose this length because I was practicing it as I go along. And you get a pair of these gripper pliers, and you squeeze it in. Right, like there, one there. Right, one there like so. And then the trick is, where you got the ends out there, you just bend them back round, either way around there. Okay. And you just squeeze them in, flatten either side. Okay, you got them there. Alright, they're flat ends, if you can see. Right, that's that end. And then this end, right, I'll put that down. Normal electrician's hooks, or whatever they call them, you can get them from Maplin's, Newsy, or hardware shop, but Maplin's are probably the best. Alright, and you just pull it apart like so, take the plastic capping off, and you got that end. Same again, you've heated that end with a lighter if you need to, because sometimes it's hard to get them through, and once you got it through there, you could be like, I'm not going to do this because I might need this piece, so. And then obviously when you've got your plane, if you pan it back out, you've got your aeroplane here. Right, I'll try and set it up now so I can show you. As you can see, space is not a good bloody idea. Right, so if you can get this in, knocking everything off. Nearly. Nearly. Okay, so there we are, right. So then you've got that. Right, if I can find the piece that I just made, it's probably falling off somewhere. There it is. Come here, you look at it. Right. Right, so we're going to do this. Right, so you've got now, this is going to the hook here, so we'll take that off. That was already made, but we'll do it, right? So you put your hook up there, so you can see it's clipped on there. That's the idea, easy access. Then you're going up to here, and you want to see where you're going. You don't want it, you can make it as taut as you want, because this is quite thick, this knicker elastic on here, so, you know, you usually try and get a bass note, like, you know, that'll do there. So you get that. Normally you would cut it. You can either cut it or just like slide it through. There you go, right. Let's slide it through, like so. Right, and then you can play with it all you want then. See if you go up to there. That's just about enough there. You guide that for yourself. Once you've got that there, you can get your repeat the process with the pliers. Gently, be careful with this side because it's obviously thin. Right, and that'll do that. Okay, and then obviously because I've made it this way, normally I'll cut them beforehand, but we'll do it this way just for the sake of right, scissors, sorry. Maybe just stop that off there like so. Right, and there you've got it. And then obviously you've got it. If you look here, I might as well show you now. See how I've done in here? If you can get that camera under there, I've got a locking nut on this side. So it's all held on perfect there, all the stringers and that are held on there. And the idea is I put a little lock nut there, it's not totally tightened up. So when you come to take the wing off, the top wing off, which is obviously, the bottom wing off, these just unbolt with normal bolts, yeah? And that way this will be permanently set onto this wing. Because it's not dead tight on the locking nut, it will swing in and out. Make it easier to get the strut off the bottom wing, because this is the one that comes off the plane. It's up to you how you want to do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. Right, so that's that bit. Again, it's up to you how you want to go about this. So then you got this here, so you take your strut off like so, okay, and you're going to attach this on there. Now you want a little kink in that because I'll bend it on my hands, it's easier. I'll try. Alright. See, you got a kink in it now like that, okay. And then what you do is, because this is going to be tricky even with two hands, you get your locking nut on there, because you know that's the only stringer that's going on there. Now what will make it easy obviously is if you take that end off like so. Right, I'm not going to bother with all this because of the time of the video, but your locking nut goes on there. Okay, you get a bloody thing on, so fiddly. Okay, there's your locking nut. Right, and obviously you've tightened that all the way up to the end there, and then you put your strut back on, and as you can see here, it's the same process as here. Look, see, simply comes off. I think it says like off it comes, so you can get them off. And then when you got to put your plane together, you just simply clips back in like so. See, and that's basically how it goes in, right? And anyone else who's interested, all right, and then you just follow that process. I mean, obviously on these you follow the process all the way around. So one side's your normal hair grip your wife has or your missus or whatever, okay, and that's that end. And then obviously just repeat the process the other side, making sure you always bend these bits to form a shape like I've done there. And that basically, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get the rig in that way, okay. And then yeah, that's mainly that piece. And then on the bottom of this, whilst I've got my camera lady, this I haven't yet done. On the real one, if you can get into that, can you see that there? Right, on here there's a piece of webbing that goes around this. Now you can either use a hairband, if you can get it, obviously take the wheel off, or if you want to make it look realistic, somehow I'm going to get it on there, but this is just a rough idea to show you how, because on the real plane this is actually on there. It's like a piece of webbing that's tied, strapped down there between the axle and the board. So when the time comes I'll get it right, but I'll show you then. And that's there. Or you can just use the bobble. The bobble's a lot bloody easier, to be honest. But that's what the metal plate there was for. Okay, so we'll come to that, and then it's getting there. And then obviously what's left to do with this side of the wing after that's put on is the back strut, which obviously is needed, you know, to make the other ailerons work. Okay? Okay, excuse the noise in the background, but I can't reach because of the plane. Here you see, right, is webbing that goes around the axle to the wheel. It's probably the best way to show it, which is what I'm going to copy like I've done, just using like hairbands. See, get a nice creamy colour hairband, and then you just double it as you do with an elastic band. You just twist it into a X, turn it around like that. See, and then take the wheel off, obviously take the wheel off, and then just keep wrapping them round so you get the effect that is like on there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be that. And then the rest is like sort of set there. I'm not going to bother showing you all now until I finish, but the rigging's done, everything's there nearly now. So you go in, I think the airbands are the better move, rather than the that webbing I bought, because it's getting it on there. So that looks the part now. Okay, so next stage is fit on the engine mount and that, and sort out this fuel tubing crap in this thing. And then it's there then, I think it's almost there. Okay, cool, right, that'll do for now. Okay chaps and ladies, that's it ready now, all set in there with its RX. And that, and obviously this is for the aileron on the wings. So it's ready to go now, it's all done. I just sort of charge it up because it's been that long since I've like used them. So it's all raring to go. And yes, the prop turned up today, which I'm quite pleased about, but I'm saving that to the very last because I'm quite pleased with that. So got a couple of them, and then Martin's things that you sent me, bless them, they've turned up. This is a must to have them on your planes, brilliant. So tomorrow, I was going to do it today, but alright, I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll fix the other ones and put my Waco together, repair the bit that's broken on that. Well, that's not broken, it's just a wire rod, and then do them all so they're all ready to be maidened at last. So this is my baby, so she'll be good. So that's that. Okay, jelly. So time for a beer maybe. I don't know. It's one of them days. There you go. So yeah, I think it's going to look really cool. I'm going to put it together. It's a bummer taking it all apart, I must admit, just like, because I just, again, bloody patience. I've got no patience. So at least I did it all and it's all ready to go, all the stringers and that. So yeah, taking it apart takes 5 minutes, so I'll see how long it takes putting it together. You know, just thinking about it, because I don't intend to ever take it apart, because I'll just, you know, leave it set up because I fit it in the van. But if need be, then at least it's the option, isn't it? As most people do. Bless them. Right, so yeah, I'm quite chuffed with it, I really am. Okay, I'm dying to put it together, I really am, but nah, I'll wait. And that, so there, yeah, quite chuffed. Cool, it all works a treat and all. I'm really pleased with it. Right then, enough blabbing. Okay, well that'll do. So that's nice. So yeah, I'll see what they look like together, that and the Waco. Alright then, cheerio.
Those magnificent men, those magnificent men, those magnificent men in the